Hi, my name is Philip Hunter, and I'm a pastor here at Gateway Church, and I get the privilege of overseeing our Gateway ministry experience. And so if you're watching this video, it's probably to learn a little bit more about the Gateway ministry experience. I encourage you to go to our website, gatewaypeople.com/experience, and you can learn more details, and it's actually there where you can apply. But this video is really just to kind of give you a little bit more detail, especially if you are a visual or audio learner. So I'm going to share my screen with you and we'll jump right into this. All right. So the Gateway Ministry experience is really for anyone that feels like God has called them into ministry. And what we want to do is come alongside you and help you develop that calling and really discover what God has next for you for life and for ministry. And so when you apply for the Gateway Ministry experience, what you're doing is you're actually going to choose a track: pastoral, worship, technology, creative, global, or operations. And operations includes like events and stuff like that. But you'll choose a track. And when you're applying for that track, what you're doing is you're going to basically be a part of, if accepted, a 16-week residency program. And then in those 16 weeks, about 10 hours of your week, you're going to be trained by us. And then about 25 hours of your week, you're actually going to be getting hands-on experience in some form of ministry. When we built the Gateway Ministry experience, when we use that little line, we want to help you discover what's next for life and for ministry. We're serious about that. And so when we develop this, there are three important parts that will be a part of your ministry experience. And the first one is our GME team. That's my team. We are the application process. We help you get selected by your oversight. So we're that whole beginning part. Once you come into the Gateway Ministry experience, we're with you about 10 to 12 hours of your week. Training, the teaching times, the family part that you're going to hear about a little bit. We're walking alongside you with all of that. We're the care part in this whole process, and we will get to know you real well. And so then you'll also have your ministry oversight. Now, this is actually the person that selects you. You will be with them about 25 hours a week. You'll be with their team doing ministry in whatever form that looks like. They'll be developing you, and they will also be the one giving you a review at the end of this. And then the last part is we will give you a mentor, because we want there to be a person, whether it's a man or a woman of God, that's going to be in your life that is helping you process all the things the Holy Spirit is doing in your life during this process. And all of it is very strategic. These are all men and women that we're like, we love these people. We love hanging out with them, and we're excited that they'll be in your life. And they are a crucial part of this, and you will come to love them. Now, I mentioned a second ago that it's the ministry oversight that will actually select you. And I want to tell you a little bit on our side how that works so that you kind of have an idea of what's going on when you apply. So when you apply on the website, let's say 100 people are applying, and let's say that there are 20 people that have applied for the worship track. And I have talked to our campuses, and I know at, for example, one of our campuses, they're looking for one resident for the worship track. Well, here's what will happen. Of those people that apply, the 20 people that apply for the worship track, what we will do is we will take those 20, we will put them into a workflow, and then we're going to read through their interviews, their listen to their videos, and we're going to identify who we believe are the top 6 to 7 candidates for this track. And then we will bring those candidates to that pastor, and then they will be a part of the interview process. So if you're invited into an interview, it's because we have believed that this might be a possibility for you. But still, you're going to be working with this pastor and under this pastor. And so they will be the person in interviewing that as we talk to them, they will be the one that selects the resident. And if they select you, then they will be your oversight. They will give you an experience scope. Now, an experience scope is not like a job description. This is more of like when, if you've ever been on a project, or let's say I'm doing a project for you, I will give you a scope of work. And in it, I'm going to list all the things that I'm going to do. And then if you're the person that's hiring me, you'll look at it and go, well, actually, I want this too. And then we will work out what that looks like in the scope so that no one is let down on expectation. And so in this, you will have an experience scope that we'll go through of all the things that this residency will look like, so you know exactly what you're going to get and experience. And then also at the end of that 16 weeks, this will be the person that will reviews you, and they will do it just like we do all of our staff. And you'll learn more about that later if you're a part of it. But that will be a big part of how we help you discover what's next for your life. To give you an idea of what our weekly schedule looks like, anywhere that's kind of like a darker orange, this is the possibility of your working hours. In ministry, you can imagine that there could be one, maybe 2 nights a week where there's something going on in ministry. The rotations, we have Saturday and Sunday services. You'll probably work 3 out of 4 weekends a month. So that would be a total of 12 weeks during your 16-week residency. Anywhere that is like a lighter orange, that is actually training. So Monday mornings from 10:45 to 12 o'clock, we have a class called Spirit Form Life and Ministry. Thursdays are like our GME day. So you don't work on those days. You're kind of with us all day. And there's 2 different classes. I'm going to show you what these classes are here in a second, but Spirit Form Life and Ministry, and then Foundations of a Healthy Church. Also, if you just look over there on that Tuesday, that doesn't mean it's every Tuesday you're doing your mentorship. You'll actually work out with your mentor when you guys can meet, and you will schedule that in your schedule. Some of our residents have done Thursday afternoons. Some do Tuesday mornings. It doesn't matter. That'll be worked out with you and your mentor. Anywhere that's dark gray is you get an idea of your off time. Every Friday is off. And of course, if you are working in a central location, not a campus, and their schedules like Monday through Friday. So this would be like events, or maybe you're working in the creative content area. Saturdays will be your day off. We still want you to do a rotation on Sunday, but you might have some work on Friday, but that will all be worked out with your oversight. And then if you'll see on the website, we also have the global track. And the global track is a different experience. It's really more of a mission experience. You're a part of our community. You take the classes, you're being trained, you're being developed. You get to know everybody. You're part of the same family. You'll do a rotation on the weekend, but you have the ability to work as much as you can, because that experience costs more money, because that group, which this will always be offered in the spring, but they will be going over a 10-week period to 5 different countries and getting a missions experience. And so if you want to learn more about that, just go to gatewaypeople.com/experience. Now, you saw on Thursday nights, we have something called family night. There are 2 parts that we really feel like are very important to this whole experience as far as raising you up. And the 2 things we wanted to give you was access to us, our leadership, our culture, who we are, and then also experience, which is your ministry experience, gaining hands-on experience. Well, a part of that access part is our family night. So every Thursday night, we eat dinner together. We bring everybody together, and we will invite in church leaders, pastors, leadership. Sometimes there'll be global partners, where we just get to hang out in the living room, ask questions, learn about life, and just kind of glean from people that have been in ministry for many, many years. And this is one of our favorite parts of this whole thing. And we hang out afterwards, but we really believe that life is done together in relationship. And so that's what family nights are about. The training piece of this is we have a couple things that you'll be going through. First one is Foundations of a Healthy Church. And what this is based off our 7 tenets of Gateway culture. Our expression of freedom, stewardship, worship, outreach, health, things like that, church government, how we do what we do, a little bit of our vision. And what we've done is we've asked our pastors and leaders that have been here from the very beginning to be a part of this. And so this is where we have people like Pastor Tom Lane, Pastor Byron Copeland, and these names might not mean anything to you, but really they are the ones that were a part of this from the beginning and part of our senior leadership. So it's incredible that they are with us in this. And so you really get to hear from the top of our leadership here at Gateway in this class. The next class you go through is called Spirit, Form, Life, and Ministry. This really is a mixture of theology, discipleship, and freedom, because we really want you to be equipped for a lifetime of ministry. And in this process, we want you to become as healthy as possible. And so there's even our mentors are kind of a part of this. There's a ramping up. Everything has been placed specifically for a purpose. And it's been really exciting to see how it's gone so far. So this is another class you're taking. I teach this mostly, but then all kinds of other pastors come in and join and help me. The last part is something we partner with the King's University. It's called Church Ed. It's kind of like a master class. And based on what your track is, you will do one of these classes. More are coming. These are just the 5 that they've built so far. Most likely, for example, if you're doing pastoral ministry or worship track, we're going to have you do the pastoral ministry one. And it's really just practical things like when you're doing a hospital visit as a pastor, where do you stand? What are you trying to do? What are you praying for this person? What do you say? What do you don't say? Just practicality things. This is about 7 hours of content you do on your own, but it's another part of this. At the end of the 16 weeks, we have something called Discovery Week. You will have a discovery meeting where you will meet with your oversight, someone from our GME team, and then your mentor. You will kind of present to them almost like a philosophy of ministry, but it's more of like, what's the Holy Spirit been teaching you? What has he been birthing in your heart during this time? What do you feel like God's calling you to? But then that's going to be a sounding board, because you're also going to be hearing, the sounding board is going to be your oversight is going to share, your someone from my team is going to be sharing, your mentor is going to be there for feedback, because all of us, our heart really is to go, okay, what is next for this person? And we believe that that is going to be an exciting time as far as where we go from here. And let me just give you some possible next steps. I mean, there's countless probably, but here's an example. Let's say you come through the Gateway Ministry experience, and as we get through the end of it, you haven't got your degree yet, but that's something you want to do. Well, one of the things that we can do, the King's University is our university, because you've been through this Gateway Ministry experience. By doing it, we can offer you up to 14 hours of college credit. And what we might be doing is going, hey, we've loved having you work here for the last 16 weeks, serving alongside our team. Continue to do that. And if you want to go to the King's, here are the degrees we recommend. And because you've done that, here are some things that we can do to help you get a discounted price because of that. And then on top of that, you'll get 14 hours. And so really the Gateway Ministry experience is built to almost it's a semester of school almost, and you're going to get hours for that. You don't have to pay extra for those hours. They're just there. So that's a possibility. Another possibility is Gateway employment. We're a growing church. We're growing in campuses. So we're always looking for staff. So I'm partnering with our HR and our leadership. And I'm saying, man, this person, we really feel like God could use them here. And this is a person we really would like you to look into. That can't be guaranteed. We can't guarantee that, but I want you to know it is a possibility. Another aspect of this is that we have a whole bunch of network of churches within Gateway. And so you might be from Florida or from California, or I'm just trying to stretch the whole United States out all over, but you might go, I really feel called back to this area. This is my home state, or this is where I'm feeling called. Well, then we want to be able to help you partner with some of our network of churches, and we might know a church that we might be able to say, hey, this is a person you might be interested in talking to, and we can be a reference for you. So those are just some possibilities of next steps. So the type of people that we see going through this ministry experience are really future, former, and current pastors. You might be a person that's right out of high school, you're in college, you feel like God's called you into ministry, but you're not really sure, and you want experience. Forbes magazine says, almost important, maybe if not more important than a degree, employers are looking for experience. What kind of experience do you have? Well, this would be awesome for a resume, and also the ability to get some possible hours. I also believe it's going to be former pastors and church leaders. You maybe have been on staff at a church for a season, or you've been a missionary or something like that. And now you're in this transition time. You're like, God, what do you have for me? This might be a good place for you to come be a part of. And then current, you might be a pastor, a worship pastor. You might be doing something for your church. And you're like, I love Gateway Church. I love how they do ministry. I would like to learn how they do ministry. It would be an incredible experience to just have 4 months to work in an environment like that and even see what I've got can learn there and glean from that to bring it back to my church. That's a possibility. So we really believe that this is designed for really anybody, young or old, that feels like God's called them into ministry. So we are right now finishing our test run, which is the first one that we're doing on December 10th. But we are going to do like a soft launch this next spring, 2021. It's going to be a little smaller, but it'll go from February 1st to May 21st. And you can apply for that through November. I think it's the Wednesday before Thanksgiving, whatever date that is when we are going to close that. But you can apply for that now on our website. And then we're really going to have our full launch August 23rd in 2021. Now, there won't be a difference as far as what we're doing in the soft launch and the full launch. It just means we're not going to be accepting as many people. That's the only difference. And that there's going to be a lower rate for that soft launch. It's going to be $600 rather than the full launch will be at $1,200. And all that money that you pay for this experience is really spent on you. It's for food and for different things that we do. We're not making money off this. And so I hope that as you pray about this as a possibility, that I might even get the chance to meet you. But again, if you want to know more about that, or if you'd like to apply for the Gateway Ministry Experience, just go to www.gatewaypeople.com/experience. Thank you for taking the time to listen to this, and I hope you have a great day.